Okay, so I opened this bottle of this can of Celsius lemonade, not lemonade, sorry, watermelon. It is currently like what 3 a.m. 3. It is 3:37 a.m. The date. The date is. The date is Monday, October 7th. It is 3:37 a.m. And a few hours ago, I opened this. You can't really see me here in this lighting, but whatever. I opened this can of Celsius that my friend had like recommended that I get. Like about a week ago, I had a debate tournament. We went to like a gas station or something. And I was getting some drinks for the trip back because it was like an 8-hour road trip. And so she's like, because I've been looking for some energy drinks lately, right? And I tried Monster. Mind you, I got Monster like 0 sugar, and I hate 0 sugar drinks. I think they have a terrible aftertaste. And I also, especially with like Coca-Cola, I don't like Diet Coke. I don't like Coke 0 sugar. It tastes bad, which people disagree with me on, and then tell me that they haven't had regular Coke in a while, which is just annoying to me because I mean, seriously, it's fucking, it's regular Coke and it's so much better than the normal, and it's also healthier actually by some degree. Not healthier, it's just that Diet Coke is worse for you because it like they use bad sugar alternatives. In case you couldn't tell, I have a lasting cough because last weekend I got mild to severe dehydration and also laryngitis during the debate tournament on the second day, which I also ignored because it's a debate tournament in Long Beach. It's Chag 2024, and so of course naturally I just I lost my voice, and I only got it back on like Friday. Mind you, today is Monday, technically like the night of Sunday-ish, but I guess it's technically not that anymore, is it? And now I'm sitting here with this week-old can of Celsius because my friend told me I had this a few years ago and I remember liking it, and it's really good and healthier than Monster. And if you're looking for energy drinks, mind you, for caffeine, I normally stick with black tea. I love black tea. I will drink black tea with no sugar added. I don't like green tea. I don't like Monster, evidently. And I love Coke, and that's about it. Those are the two non-water drinks I love in life that are not juice. Like, not natural drinks. I love well, no, I guess it's natural technically. It's literally just like leaf juice. That's basically all tea is. But like, the point is, I've got black tea, and I've got Coca-Cola, and that's it. That's the only two things that I like. You cannot see my fingers here, but like, whatever. Point is, I've got two things in life, okay? Two things that I like. And whoa, that's kind of a cool fact. No, it's not. Never mind. You can tell I have ADHD, by the way. And so I tried this. It smells like pure malice, and it tastes like pure malice. This thing is like the intent of humanity. It's destruction. Like I have no words to describe how bad it is. The only time it tastes good is while I am actively drinking it. It tastes not terrible because of the fizzing that is preventing me from actually tasting the thing. And then afterwards, the aftertaste is so bad. I have currently prepared. I've gotten like through a third of this, and the memory of it alone. Oh my god, it's too close to my face. The memory of it alone is. I just sat through a crown because I know I have Advil, but the only thing liquid I have in this room right now is this can of half-finished Celsius watermelon flavor. And I don't have water right now. I'm not gonna go smells like it now, and I can't deal with that, and I just can't, so I'm going to finish it, and I hate everything. I'm going to finish it right now, and then I'm going to immediately have this snack I prepared next to me to hopefully get rid of the taste in my mouth, the awful taste in my mouth. I can still taste it from the last time I sipped this thing. Oh my god, it is terrible. Please, I cannot do this anymore. I hate it so fucking much. This is like a curse upon humanity, greater than that of the invention of nuclear bombs. What the fuck is this thing, and who thought it would be a good idea? It is pure malice. Oh my god. Oh, hey, you can see my face. I hate this thing with every ounce of my being, and I have no idea why I trusted that person with telling me what I should do for energy drinks. No, the only source of caffeine that I like, apparently, are Coca-Cola and black tea. That is it. Lord help me, I want to do it now, and I'm gonna do it on camera, because I don't know why, I just fucking thought it would be funny if I did it. Mind you, I am not okay. It is almost 4 a.m. You cannot see this thing. It is 4 a.m. and I have spent the last 5 hours on YouTube going down rabbit holes, and I've landed on this channel that basically just posts their written stories that are literally just nihilism in a box. It's all nihilism, but this can of malice has driven me closer to nihilism than those like 6 different short stories that I have listened to, and poetry too. And I am closer to nihilism right now because of that can of malice. It's like somebody bioengineered like their own version of sugar, except they were born and raised and reared in a lab, like in outer space, towards like Alice Centauri or whatever nearest star is, and like they've never even heard of the concept of sugar before. They have never tasted anything sweet, nothing. They don't even know what glucose is. Okay, their body doesn't even use glucose, and they've been tasked by big corps. That's their one assignment for like their PhD degree. They have to write a thesis on the creation of synthetic sugar, and they hate their job, and they hate the thesis, and they hate their entire degree. Okay, that's what it tastes like. That is what it tastes like. Oh my god. I'm gonna finish it all in one go right now. I have it's like maybe like a third full right now. I managed to take the rest of it in like 5-6 total, accounting for the fact that I took like 2 kind of cautionary test sips at the beginning and immediately decided this is exactly like Monster. I don't even know how much of this audio will be heard later on, and I'll probably rediscover it sometime in the future when I'm looking back at what's taking up all of my phone storage that I already don't have, and see some fucking 8-minute video, probably closer to 10 by the end of this. That's just Celsius. Lord help me. I've been monologuing to my friends in a group chat on Discord about how bad this stuff is. Oh my god, if it's lost its fizz right now, I'm going to fucking kill myself. And that is not a joke. I have self-harm tendencies. I have a pair of scissors right here as well, but I don't need them because this is a better form of self-harm than that. Okay, I'm gonna like drink it now. Jeez, I don't care if I like set the phone down. Oh, hey, that works. Okay, that works pretty fucking well. Alright, fucking cheers, I guess. I'm just gonna do this before I have the chance to rethink my life decisions and everything. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh, that is so fucking bad. Oh, Jesus fucking just toss that in the trash. I am calm. I am eating fucking salmon jerky still. I keep in my bag for emergencies. I've already gone through 2 other bags of snacks in an attempt to get through the first 2/3 of that thing. And you know what? That thing cost me like $3. $3 in this economy. I'm so mad. So mad at myself for buying this shit. Oh my god. I feel like I'm a fucking YouTuber right now. But for maybe one day, if the audio is good, I'll release this. That would be really funny. Jesus Christ. Well, I think I've just found a new form of like depression cure or whatever. I don't know, I really want to believe the green pill is doing enough. You know, I don't know why, but I kind of like talking to myself. But like this, like I can see my kind of reflection, like in this thing, and I don't know why, but the mirror doesn't do it the same. You know, the mirror gives me back like a high definition thing, but here it's just kind of grainy, and I just see myself like the little white in my eye. That's a reflection from the computer. I love drawing reflection. I love shadow shapes. Do you see like how the cheekbone and like you can see like it's all kind of light here, but it's different shades of light, and I love the face structure. It's very nice. In terms of like, that sounded like a weird sentence, didn't it? But it's like, I don't know, I just really like I don't really know what it is, maybe. I think I like that we all kind of have the same foundational face structure, and yet we're all like kind of fundamentally different. Like I'll draw a picture of one guy and it starts off kind of the same in terms of just like the base steps. You draw a circle, you draw some lines, you draw more circles, more lines, but then it all evolves into something different and unique every time, even when I'm drawing the same person over and over again, and it still gives me the exact same results, but they're not the same, you know. I just think maybe, I don't know, there's something beautiful in that on its own. Maybe that's why I like drawing portraits. I'd say I'm like a portrait artist. I mean, I've got one of the portraits I did up on there, on the wall. It's Taylor Swift. Did it for a Taylor Swift art contest for my academy. Or well, not, it's an academy, that's what it's called. It's just an art school outside of school. You know, I don't know who I'm recording this for. I guess it reminds me of like, you know, in the Owl House. Well, of course I know, I watched it, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't watch it, I pirated like the first 7 episodes and then got the rest from Hunter clips because I fucking love Hunter. But like, you know, I just really fucking like, you know that one like episode where it's just Luz like, and you see her like young Luz in her little like recorded like blog journal, and it's just her standing there in her room looking at herself and just talking about whatever she did, and I don't know, I always thought that was kind of silly, like you're just gonna talk about whatever, and but you might as well just write it down, I guess, you know. I feel like you can't really let your thoughts wander as much on paper. I don't know, I tried like journaling some time ago. Sorry, I've turned down the light. I was trying to blind my eyes more than they're already blinded. Just like how my hearing's like out the window. Mainly of my own doing, of course, because like, I don't know. Isn't it interesting? Even in this dim lighting, I can still kind of make out where the shadow of my head ends and the wall behind me begins. And I don't even know if that's visible in the footage or if it's just my innate knowing of, like, you know, general stuff at the school. You know, over on that wall over there, there's one of the paintings I made in 7th grade. And it's, well, the inspiration was, I think, Monet, the water lilies, like, that garden thing. I started off in my first proper art teacher in her class, and then the pandemic hit, and I think it went online, and that's when I started it. I started this thing during the pandemic. That would be 2020, probably late 2020, maybe 2021, and then we went into hybrid, and then that thing carried on into 7th grade, and I just basically took it to school and finished it there in the art classroom. I'd work on it every class. I'd just go and sit down on the floor in my little corner by the door. I just paint that 2x3 foot canvas. Keep chipping away at it. That's the longest project I've ever managed to keep on going without losing my motivation. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Except, of course, my desire to know more about psychology, I guess. You know, I wonder why is it that talking to the scarecrow helps. I don't know what it's helping, I just know it helps. I feel like there's some sort of sense of security in knowing, like, you're recording yourself, so whatever you're saying here isn't just lost to space and eternity, but you'll also probably look back on it someday and see the 18 minutes on that thing and just think, oh, what a silly video. Did I even know I was recording that? It's just pitch black. And then delete it without a second thought, and that's the end of it. And those two things are like, they conflict on a fundamental level, don't they? But at the same time, I know both of them and feel kind of a sense of calm come from it, you know? It's interesting. It's kind of just like, I don't know what's up with that. You know, while I was painting that painting, the Monet painting, Archer used to sit next to me. I shouldn't drop names. Well, he used to sit next to me and he'd just kind of watch me paint. And then we'd like talk and stuff. Sometimes I'd sit there while he was doing mock trial because they had their sessions sometimes in there, in that room. I remember I finished it that year and then we displayed it in our school art show. I was standing next to my piece during that show because of course I had to be there as one of the kind of volunteer staff, quote unquote. Some lady come up to me, she said, you know, this painting is good and all, but it'd be better if you made it more realistic. Those reflections in the water should be following perspective, no? And, well, of course, course, I wasn't gonna go up and tell her she's wrong, even though she is. That's not how physics work. Fucking idiot. Because that would be weird to me, but I was like, you're right, true, and then let her move on and do whatever. I don't know. I wonder why humans feel some sort of need to correct each other. Everything you do, always being corrected. You know, I feel like it's kind of freeing being able to just talk to myself, but to you, and then just let my thoughts wander, you know? I guess, like, with ADHD, I can never tell stories. Every time I do, it's always, why can't you just get to the point? Why do you deviate to this, and then to that, and then to that, and every story leads to the next before I can finish the first one. And well, it's because everything connects to each other. You know, are we all connected? Isn't everything connected to something else, and that to something else, and to something else, and again and again? Like, isn't that cough, like, related to laryngitis? And isn't laryngitis related to dehydration? Isn't dehydration related to ADHD? And isn't ADHD linked to psychology and mental disorders? And isn't that so interesting? And isn't that ADHD and isn't those mental disorders that's related to our history of research in the field? And that's related to Charles Darwin, because his theories contributed to the field of psychology too. And isn't that related to the theory of evolution and mankind? And isn't that related to how it was misused and applied to things like justifying racism and prejudice and oppression? And wasn't that related to the civil rights movements back in previous centuries and still today? And isn't that related to things like slavery and to things like the Taliban and oppression of women and the treatment of people like property? And isn't that related to John Locke and tabula rasa, and everybody is born with their own equal rights, innate rights that can't be taken away? And isn't that related to Descartes, who was another philosopher around the time? And isn't that related to the Leviathan? And isn't the Leviathan named after the sea monster? And isn't the sea monster related to things like folklore and myths and stories? And isn't stories, well, people tell stories, don't they? And you see, it's all like a chain, and everything leads to another thing. And I don't know why, but just people won't go with that flow. No, you gotta stick to one thing. But why do I need to stick to one thing? Why can't I tell you about something else? Because it was so interesting, and it might not be related to the original bit, but like, it is, you know? It's just, it's like a critique and debate. It's like, well, now you're not talking directly about the topic, but aren't you still talking about the topic? Isn't it equally important? But isn't it? And so why won't you talk about it? But Woodhead was like, well, you might as well talk about it. I mean, it's just as important. Why can't you talk about it? And I said, well, I don't like that. I don't like that you're deviating from the conversation. But doesn't he have a point? Doesn't he have a point in that? And that, I don't know, like, this AirPods case, it glows in the dark if you leave it out in the sun for a while, but it's dark right now because it hasn't seen the sun in a while. I kind of just shut myself in this room, I guess. So many things in this room, and yet I really only ever focus on one or two things at a time. It's all obsessions and obsessions and obsessions, and eventually you move on and you leave that stuff where it is. Exactly where it is, on my desk, in the drawers, on the wall, all over the place. Obsessions. That's the ADHD life, I guess. It's just one thing after another, down one rabbit hole and into the next. You know, it's no wonder why everyone with this sort of stuff thinks there's something wrong with me. I don't know. For me, it wasn't actually so much about my ADHD. but it's water. Why can't I drink water? I'm always dehydrated. I'll go for the entire school day without a sip of water entering my system. In the morning, the only time I drink water is so I can take my pills. And in the night, again, just so I can take my pills, or whenever my mom comes knocking at my door asking me to take the fucking pills. Why is it always just... I left the scissors out. I should probably put those away. It's 4:03 a.m. right now. I don't know why I'm still fucking awake. But I can't sleep. Maybe it's because I drank all of that fucking Celsius. But then again, I don't even believe that stuff keeps me awake. Caffeine just doesn't work on me, you know? And God, the grand is back. I couldn't find the Advil, mind you. You know, standing like kind of next to this phone is this box of like Eclipse mints that opened and fell out of my backpack. Well, fell into my backpack, and all of the mints in there I put back in there. They're all dirty and I'm not gonna finish them, but they're still sitting there. So for some reason, and right next to that is A Raisin in the Sun by Lori Hansberry. I had to write a CRP on that. No, I had to write a character analysis essay on that one. The CRP, I think, was on my Antonia. No, wait. No, it's the other way around. No, I had to write the diagnostic essay for English and the character analysis essay on that one. My Antonia was the CRP. I hated the CRP most. The other two were manageable. You know, I was reading The Crucible today. I had to power through it because I was supposed to read it, you know, for school over the course of several weeks, and I didn't because, of course, I procrastinated. God, the crap is bad. I don't even know why I'm doing this right now. It's kind of pointless, isn't it? It's kind of pointless. You know, I've been doing Killer Sudoku lately, and it's so much fun. I actually went back to just doing regular extreme because, I don't know, Killer is just kind of like, you just stare at the numbers, and then the numbers come to you, and it's all math and math and math, but then I got bored of that math, and I wanted to go back to the simple and easy stuff that takes 5 minutes, and not, I don't know, 20. So, I'm back to classic I'm back to classic extreme Sudoku. It takes about 7 to 15 minutes on average for me. I don't know if that's because I'm good at it, or if it's because I'm normal and just obsessed. It could be either, you know, where all I know. You know, a lot of times people say that, like, they say things like, oh, you know, people who are autistic, they get, you know, this one kind of skill in life, and that's just, like, the thing that goes on for them, you know. It goes, like, it's this one specific talent, and that's what they're just incredible at, and everything else you don't need to know about. But one thing that's incredible and fantastic, and that's what they're known for. And that's what they're known for, you know? And I wonder, like, why is that, and why do people always think that? Because for me, I guess my talent was always art. And yet, it's not like that's the only thing I'm good at. I'm good at math, I'm good somewhat at reading and writing, and I mean, I hate history, I hate memorizing stuff, but I also love history because it's so interesting. But I can't do, like, the history test, and I can't do the studying for hours and hours, those books and everything. But I'll go down a rabbit hole of anything at all. Crafts, crochet, I'll take up fucking weaving. But I don't know why. I just have so many obsessions, and it's very, I don't know. You know, once upon a time I used to actually, I guess I realize now I really did like self-harm and suicide, but that didn't happen to me, did it? In 6th grade, when I would stay up till 4:30 every day watching videos and doing anything physically possible just to distract myself from whatever sadness or misery of reality I had to deal with. It wasn't even over something big, it was just something petty, like my crush ghosting me. And I would just watch like Tubbo and Rambo playing some exoplanet game on live stream at like 4:30 a.m. on Twitch, and it would just be me watching those people and being internally thankful. I was thankful to Wilbur Sun, you know, the guy who's turned out to be some fucking rapist. and yet here I fucking am. And what the fuck am I doing? And why is everything, you know? I notice like at night, especially, maybe it's just because I'm not on my meds, but my thoughts just go all over the place. And I guess that's what ADHD is. My thoughts move on faster than I can even articulate them to myself, you know? And much faster than I can say them out loud. And maybe that's why people get depression all the time. Having ADHD, autism, it's that no one can ever really understand them because they can't even understand themselves. They can't even keep up with themselves. It all just goes so fast. It's like your brain is constantly working around the clock on adrenaline and dopamines and caffeine, but the caffeine doesn't actually like work on you. It just works on your brain. It makes everything go so fast and build so many connections that you can't even follow the connections. I can't even build a case while working with my meds because whenever I do, I just start making connections, and I lose my sense of direction. And oh my god, I'm useless to I keep on worrying that I'm useless to my debate partner, because what if I can't even build a case on my own and I say that I'm a good first speaker? I'm not a good first speaker, I'm a good second speaker, and I can't even organize my thoughts. You know, for the first time in a while, this guy has given me a bunch of insecurity about my, you know, experience and my ability as a debater. And he makes me wonder, is this guy gonna ditch me like I ditch all of my partners who are incapable and like he ditches his? Because that's kind of just the way that we do things in debate. And you know, if he did that to me, I'd just probably say fair enough and then move on and probably cry a bit and start self-harming again. But that happens every time something negative happens, which is not a good coping mechanism. But I don't even want to think about it right now because that's something my ex would say. Fuck that. I should go to bed now. The cramp is getting worse and I don't know what to do about anything in my world. And all I can see is that little red number at the top of the screen going up while I continue recording this, even though I don't have any phone to see or my phone anymore. And oh my god, what am I doing with my life? I got nothing productive done today. It's a Sunday. I have school tomorrow. And I have math class and AP Spanish. And oh god, I haven't studied for AP Spanish. I haven't done the homework. I haven't done anything. I'm so fucked. And what am I gonna do? And I'm like this downward spiral of everything. I fell on my bed sheet last night. But it'll be okay. And maybe if I just keep on telling myself that. Maybe if I just can keep telling myself